They were used as scapegoats, and the Nazis depersonalized them.
You got it. Fabulous. Nice job. Good helping each other out. Okay. I'm going to interrupt. I realize we could go a lot further with this, but just because of taking our time. First of all, thanks for helping each other out and not worrying about there's not one right answer here, right? We just wanted you to have a little more experience getting comfortable with these words and talking about our subject today, which is Anne Frank. Because these are words we don't use in everyday conversation. But they're very important in discussing and thinking about the world of Anne Frank and the world of Martin Luther King. Tell me your first name.
Leah.
Yeah, hi, Leah. Would you please share, and your esteemed partner here, he is? Ethan, great. Share with us what you guys came up with.
We put the Holocaust as a genocide that included the Nazis discriminating, scapegoating, and depersonalizing Jews.
Well, let's give it up, you guys. That was awesome. And we could go around and hear many others. So yeah, now we're comfortable with these terms. So I didn't realize this till I was preparing this little mini lesson, is that Anne Frank and Martin Luther King were born the same year. Raise your hand if you knew that. I didn't either. In my mind, I had Anne Frank as way back, like when, my grandparents, right? And I'm an old guy. I'm almost 70. Way back there, right? And Martin Luther King, kind of contemporary. Like I remember when Dr. King was assassinated 50 years ago, 1968 in Memphis. I remember right where I was. I was in college then. So that's it. But I was blown away. What? Born the same year, 6 months apart? But that's an interesting, curious fact. It's interesting. Consider this. How were they similar? In fact, before I give you some ideas, think about this yourself. If you think about what you know about the world of Anne Frank, what you know about the world of Martin Luther King, and just get with your partner and see if we can bounce back and forth, starting with twos and then ones, and just see how many ideas you can get. And again, don't worry about being right. Just any ideas about how were they similar, right? And if you can use any of our terms, so much the better, right? So, how were they similar? Ones, have at it. And the twos, add to it. Go.
Born on the same year.
Okay. Hey, come on. That's true. But dig deeper. See what it's got.
He said that they both kind of influence what we think about what they happened in the past.
Oh, yeah, very good. Absolutely. They sure did. What'd you guys come up with?
That they were both in really hard times. Like Martin Luther King was with discrimination, and then Anne Frank was in the Holocaust.
Wonderful. Okay, you guys, let's come together. So this time, volunteers. I heard lots of good ones. Anybody, either theirs or their partner, just raise your hand and let me know what you think of a similarity. Drew and Sierra. Nice to meet you, Sierra. Sierra, how about you going first? Because we've already heard from Drew, although that was fabulous. Go.
They both had to fight discrimination.
Yeah, they both had to fight serious discrimination.
Still depersonalization.
Yes, and depersonalization, absolutely. How about over here? What do you guys think?
They're both famous for writings and stuff.
Wonderful. Wow, that's good inference, right? Where you had to use your background knowledge and dig deep. Yeah, they were both famous for what they wrote. And as well, Dr. King was also famous for not only what he wrote, but what he... Yes, his sermons, like the I Have a Dream speech. Yeah, very good. Wonderful. Hands up. I'll put a couple more. Yeah.
They both spent time in a prison.
They both spent time in a prison. Very good. Yeah. One was called the concentration camp, but you bet it was a prison. And then Martin Luther King and his famous letters from a Birmingham jail. You're absolutely right. And many others. Here's just a quick list, right? And you got many of these. You probably got all of them. They both faced fierce discrimination. One primarily driven by religion, one by race. They were both persecuted, right? By authorities, by police, by Nazis, by, in the case of Dr. King, the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah. They were both exiled or jailed, right? They both faced the threat of death daily. Martin Luther King was getting death threats for the last 15 years of his life. He was very prescient that his life would end before his natural death. Sadly, Anne Frank was very prescient also, yet they remained hopeful. They were both committed to improving the lives of others. Even Anne Frank, a 15-year-old, was talking about the difference one individual can make in the world. It's one of the reasons why 15-year-olds, 70-year-olds today still find that moving and inspiring. It's why many of your teachers, in part, became teachers, is to make a difference in the world.